Hello everyone, I'm the Saxy Gamer. Today we're here for yet another Civilization 6 Wonder Spotlight, where today we'll be taking a look at a wonder that I just can never pronounce. Estádio de Maracanã? I don't know. Estádio de Maracanã? I don't know how to pronounce this one. I'm just going to call it Estádio because that's simple and easy enough for an English speaker to pronounce. So of course I'm sure everyone's, whenever you're playing your Saxy Gamer bingo sheet, make sure you check off fooling around with pronunciation for the first 30 seconds. And with that 30-second mark passing, let's go ahead and get into things with this wonder. So, Estádio is a wonder that is unlocked with the Professional Sports Civic. This does make it an Atomic-era wonder. We only have one more wonder to go after this, until they probably inevitably add more into the game. But to get the inspiration for professional sports, all that you have to do is build 4 entertainment complexes, which is something that I find that I virtually never do. It's so rare that I build 4 of them, just because most of the time when I build entertainment complexes, I build them such that I can get the stadium bonus in as many cities as possible. So unless I have a ton of cities, I'm probably not going to build 4 of these because one stadium will be enough for all cities within 6 tiles. So generally, I'm not going to have a ton of cities that I'm going to need for entertainment complexes. So very rarely do I ever get that Eureka or inspiration, and I'm sure that'll be probably the same for you as well. As far as its building requirements are concerned, they are fairly straightforward and simple. It just has to be put on a flatland tile that is adjacent to an entertainment complex with a stadium. So one thing to keep in mind with this wonder is that you can't start building it directly with professional sports because you unlock the stadium at professional sports. So you're either going to have to build a stadium in that city, or you're going to have to purchase one with gold before you're able to put this wonder down. So that is just something to consider whenever you are going for it. Does have a production cost of 1,740 production, so we are pretty expensive. I mean, it's kind of to be expected this late in the game, so you're going to need a pretty well built up city if you want to build this wonder in any reasonable amount of time. And with this wonder being so late in the game, you are going to want to build it kind of fast because there probably won't be very many turns left in the game. As far as this wonder's bonuses are concerned, they are really strong, and we will see just why, because this wonder will give you +6 culture in every single one of your cities, and it's also going to give you 2 amenities in every single one of your cities. So this is just absolutely insane, because at this point in the game, I would advise that pretty much everybody builds at least 7 cities, and you should definitely aim to get as many as you possibly can. So assuming you just have that minimum number of 7, that's going to be 42 culture across your entire empire, so that's already strong. And then for every city that you have past that, you're going to get even more. So you can see very easily how this can give you a massive culture increase. And this can be very useful for preventing someone from winning a culture victory, because if you remember, your ability to generate your own domestic tourists is governed by your culture output, and they will have to pass up your domestic tourist number to win. So if you're able to get this huge culture boost this late in the game, that can actually be very useful for preventing someone from winning a culture victory. It also just helps for pushing you a little bit further into the civic tree this late in the game to get some of those, tier 4 governments or things of that sort. The 2 amenities in every city is really strong as well, because don't forget that whenever your cities are happy or ecstatic, you'll get percentage-based bonuses to pretty much all of the yields. So if you're not already having those bonuses from being happy or ecstatic, then this can give you a massive increase to a lot of your yields, because 2 amenities is a decent number. And the fact that it's in every city makes it even a little bit better. So the one thing about this, though, is that if your cities are already happy or ecstatic, it's not going to really change your yields much, but it will just make it so that way you can grow your population a little bit higher and still keep that happy or ecstatic status. So now let's go ahead and give Estádio its tier ranking. So if you're new to the series, all that you need to know here is that these ratings go on a 1 to 5 scale, with 1 being the worst and 5 being the best. So for its overall rating, I think that this wonder deserves a 4. It is a fairly strong wonder. This wonder, it would be a 5, but the problem with it is that it is unlocked really late in the game, because professional sports is by the time you reach professional sports, in a lot of cases, the status of the game has kind of already been decided. There are those occasional games that are a little bit closer where you need a little bit of an extra boost, but most of the time this late in the game, a single wonder isn't going to be tremendously impactful, and that's kind of the case for this wonder. So as far as its use cases are concerned, for one, you can get that huge amenity boost, which can up your yields, or just, maybe prevent you from being unhappy or anything of that sort. You can also use the culture to push for a late game, for some more late game civics or tier 4 governments, or to prevent someone else from winning a culture victory. So if this wonder was earlier in the game, this would easily be probably one of the best wonders in the game. But as I mentioned, since it is so late, getting culture this late on really serves only the purpose of, preventing someone from winning a culture victory or just getting you to the very last tier of governments. As far as this wonder's difficulty is concerned, though, I think that it deserves a 4. It is actually fairly difficult to build before the AI. For whatever reason, they really like it. I guess it's because they like their entertainment complexes, so a lot of the time they end up with stadiums and a flatland tile near them, and whenever the deity AI sees a chance to build a wonder, you know that they are going to hop on it. So for that reason, you do have to be very diligent whenever you're trying to build this wonder, and I think it deserves the 4 in difficulty. As far as its consistency rating is concerned, though, I think it easily deserves a 5. Probably one of the most consistent wonders in the game, because no matter what, you're going to get 2 amenities and 6 culture in every single city, so that's helpful in pretty much every single game. And the thing is, like, in Civ 6, you probably will have, as I mentioned, at least 7 cities. You should be trying to settle as much as you possibly can, so even like the bonus floor for what this wonder can give you is still pretty good. I mean, obviously, maybe you're doing a 1-city challenge and you have 1 city, then it's going to be pretty terrible, but most people are obviously not doing that. And then the more cities you get, the better and better this wonder gets as well. So for that reason, I definitely think it deserves the 5 in consistency. So thank you everyone for watching. I have been the Saxy Gamer. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you're looking for some more Civilization 6 content, feel free to subscribe. We've only got one more Wonder Spotlight left, and then we'll have to move on to something else. But thank you everyone for watching, and goodbye.